What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, November 17th. This is the fourth video counting the introduction. We started on October 27th, so it has been exactly 3 weeks, and I want to show you where we're at. The cider behind me, which you have seen bubbling like crazy before, is done. A couple things I read. One said if it's bubbling less than once every 2 minutes, it's done. There's still some activity going on, but nothing like we've seen before. And what we did in the last video before it started fermenting is we tested the sugar levels, and I want to do that again. I'm positive that this is where we're going to call it, but let's test it again and find out. The mini jug you can see here, same thing, that's going fine. I had a little problem with the seal on the lid. Fixed that, it bubbled like crazy for a long time. No activity now. And even if I shine my flashlight on it, there's no more of those little bubbles, which is awesome. I did have one little setback, and that is I have 7 and 5 gallons, 12 gallons of unfermented cider that I was gonna keep and use for back sweetening, and it turned gross. You won't be able to see this. I'll add a picture later, but even with the Campton tablets, yeah, I think you can maybe see those. There's bubbles on top, but there's also sort of a moldy, vinegary, super nasty. I'm gonna keep that closed off. That's how it always turned out at home growing up when we would do this. And so I guess I'll say Campton tablets aren't enough. They may kill most of the yeast, but there's other stuff going on in there. So if you want to keep non-fermented, just apple cider juice. Oh, right in the middle of my video. When's your class? When's your class?
1:20.
Okay, so we're good. This is going to be edited out anyway. Just be like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Are you staying over there? Okay. So what that means is, if you want to use non-fermented apple cider for back sweetening, which we do, you're gonna have to pasteurize it first. Maybe if I had kept it cold, it wouldn't have turned like this. But I'm gonna have to toss 12 gallons, which is a big bummer. And so if you remember, my plan is I've got these, this is roughly 12 gallons of hard cider. It is extra, I put a lot more sugar in there to make it extra alcoholic, but it's gonna be pretty dry tasting, so we were relying on back sweetening. I love using fresh cider for back sweetening. You can back sweeten with regular sugar. It's just fun to use pure juice. So we're gonna have to figure that part out. My wife has a bunch of jars of cider that she pasteurized for the family for the winter. I'm not sure if I'll be able to tap into that supply, but we'll see. So let's check our hydrometer real quick though. I've got it here. If you remember when we measured this last time, we were at 1.08%, all the way up here in the red on the little thermometer, which says it gives us about a 10% alcohol volume. I'm gonna just go ahead and fill this up from this container, just to see what this guy is, because I don't want to take the lid off of our small jar here. I think it'll be close. You can see, maybe, this is at 0.990, right above, it's about 0.05% above the blue, which is where water is at. So what has happened, this happened to me last year too, not only is all of the sugar gone, but it's replaced with alcohol, and alcohol is lighter than water, so we're getting a lighter than water reading, which means there's for sure no sugar left. I'm gonna taste it. It's probably gonna be pretty dry. Super, super dry. Not very sweet at all, at least at room temperature. Maybe better ice cold. There's a little bit of carbonation going on. There's still some bubbly taste. Nothing, nothing unpleasing, but it's not super awesome at room temperature. And in terms of maturity, there's still a lot of flavor development that can happen. So here's what I do next. I do another round of Campden tablets because I want the yeast to go all the way dormant. I don't want any more fermenting happening. If I may add some more sugars back in for sweetening, and I don't want it to reactivate and start fermenting all over again. What happens after that is bottling. So I think I talked through this before. What I like to do, because I've got a carbonation keg set up, I carbonate it with CO2 in the fridge. There's another way to do that on your own with sugar, and I'll talk about that next time. The other cool thing I wanted to show you guys, I found these online. This is a company called Twisty Can. They make self-sealing containers. These are 16-ounce containers. You could put beer in them, you could put cider, you could put juice, whatever, but they seal in the carbonation so they don't leak out, and they're cheaper, lighter, easier to deal with than the flip-top glass bottles that I've been using. So super excited about these. I'll put a link in there. The company is called Twisty Can. They make crowler size ones. They sent me a sample pack. This one is 1 pint, 9.4 ounces. Anyway, they sent me it was 750 milliliters. They sent me all kinds of assorted sizes, and then I ordered 50 of the 16 ouncers. Super cool. You could put them in a little 4-pack. They come with little carriers. Really awesome way to go for giving this stuff out as gifts.
By being like, Jesse's got a class in 3 minutes.
Oh yeah. My daughter's kicking me out. She has a class that she needs to join in a couple of minutes. The next video, maybe in a different location, because I'm going to start dealing with all of these. I'm gonna start basically canning them. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do for sweetening, and we will talk about that in the final episode. But for now, hope everybody's well, and looking forward to seeing you soon. Peace.